see what he calls it.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Colin and Greg Live right here on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. My name is Colin Moriarty. This is Nick Scarpino.
It's called The Morning Show now. I know you haven't done it in 3 months.
Kevin Coelho in the corner, where he belongs.
Hi, Kevin.
Hey, guys.
I feel like I haven't seen you on a podcast in a while. I know we just did one 2 days ago. But
I've been scarce.
You're so far away.
I basically am not here half the week now because I'm writing and putting together Colin Was Right.
Digging into Colin Was Right.
Digging into it.
How are you enjoying it so far?
It's great. I've really enjoyed the process. In fact, if I was telling Greg, we went out to dinner a couple days ago, and I was like, if I could figure out a way to only do this, if I could do it 3 times a week, one day.
Well,
in the
that's
future,
the goal.
When we
one day,
hire
right?
people and then we scale.
That's the goal. That's the cool thing too. Is like I'm glad that we're giving ourselves a little bit more opportunity to kind of flex those creative muscles, which is very, very good. Because sometimes we just get caught in the minutia of just the pure mechanics of it all. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. I mean, it's not a possibility right now.
No, not right now.
But I envision and dream of a future where I could write 1 or 2 a week for games and maybe even 1 for the Prime channel.
That'd be fun.
And then someone else can do the podcasts. You know?
No, you always have to be on.
No, yeah, you always.
Anytime I'm on a podcast, you have to be on. I don't care about the bullshit games podcast.
Well, Gamescast, you can remove me from that one day, and maybe even PS I Love You. But I guess Game Over Greg is the flagship. We should do that. But what I'm saying is, I enjoy doing this long form written content, and I think people it's resonating with folks as well.
I'm just saying you have to have a balance in life, right? You got this beautifully, eloquently, long-form written content that you're making, but then you also have to be able to talk about buttholes.
Yeah, I love buttholes.
I mean? You have to be able to talk about that, guys.
I love buttholes so much.
And that you have to have a forum to talk about buttholes. Otherwise, give me my one, Kevin. You go insane. You go a little fucking insane.
Well, it's good to be back here on Colin and Greg Live. Well, there's a few notes to get out of the way first.
Yeah. Housekeeping items.
Housekeeping items. Let me open the pad here. Biggest news of all is that the Kind of Funny Morning Show, this is actually what that's called now, is now on podcast services.
Yes.
iTunes, SoundCloud. You can go subscribe and listen to that in the audio form. Now, I'm not completely convinced the show is going to work in an audio format, but you guys asked for it nonetheless. So enjoy listening to half of the things that will make no sense without you seeing them. I hope you be careful what you ask for.
That's every podcast now. A lot of podcasts have visual elements as well, but because everything's in video form. Remember also, if you don't want to listen to it on iTunes, well, first off, kudos to Tim for getting that pushed through, because I know it's actually a bigger. If you've never tried to get a podcast on podcast services, there's actually an approval process. It takes a little bit of time. You got to kind of stay on top of it. So Tim, thanks for pushing that through. But if podcast listening is not your thing, you want to see our beautiful faces, we are also on YouTube every day as well, over at youtube.com/kindoffunny. So you can catch that every day unless we get a copyright strike.
Which was happened yesterday, which is why sometimes the shows are late.
But we did re-upload it afterwards without the music that caused the issue.
Yeah.
And that one is good to go.
It's great to go.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of going to be the way it goes. So most of the time, I would say at least 14 out of 15 times, it's going up. But that 15th time, we might get something.
And then we'll put it right
And you
back
will survive.
Everyone will be okay.
Much like the cockroach. You will survive.
The mighty cockroach.
The mighty and formidable cockroach.
What's that like worm-like thing that can survive in space? You know what I'm talking about, Kevin?
Question.
Worm-like.
There's like a little tiny. It's not microscopic, but it's close to it.
Oh, the little water bear?
Yeah, is that what it is?
It's a water bear. Yeah. It looks like a little weird-looking alien.
Yeah.
But it's in water and it's microscopic.
Yeah. So either be like the water bear or be like the cockroach. You know what I mean? Just do it. Be like something.
Second thing of import. Yeah. So the first thing, Colin and Greg Live now on podcast. Kind of Funny Morning Show. Second thing is Colin Was Right is live, the 4th episode, right now on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. It is about politics, social issues, social justice, etc. in video games. Please go watch it and let me know what you think if you enjoy it. I'm pleased to announce that the last episode of Colin Was Right is already one of the most 20 watch videos Kind of Funny Games has ever done, which is awesome. And my goal ultimately for this series is I think is a modest goal considering all things considered. If you look at the Jimquisition or you look at some of the inspirations, Bill Maher, obviously huge deal, John Oliver, huge deal. Our show is much more modest and not as good. But my modest goal is to get to 100,000 views for every one of the episodes eventually, right? So eventually that's the cadence I want to hit. And your support there is appreciated. It seems like these videos are resonating with a lot of people, which I appreciate. Yeah, so thank you so much for supporting it. And if you guys don't like it, that's okay too. You can go on NeoGAF and complain about it with everyone else there if you want.
Can I delete?
Kevin,
Can
yes.
I delete the version 2 that's on here?
Oh, I didn't do that. Yes, you can.
Sorry,
I deleted version 1.
Thank you.
I took your advice and made a took a scalpel, took the digital Premiere Pro scalpel to the very beginning of the video, cut off roughly a half a second.
It was necessary.
I
Just
agree.
a tighter, better experience.
It was one of those things where I was like, this sucks, I gotta re-upload this thing again.
Yeah, but I mean, it takes like 10 minutes with the internet here.
Now, there's a funny edit in this video. I gotta give a shout out to Aaron. I wrote a sentence that makes no sense.
Yeah.
And didn't realize it until I was watching the video after I was done editing, and I'm like, wait, what? What the hell did I just say? Like, it literally doesn't make any sense. And I was like, fuck, I gotta do a pickup. And people noticed in the first episode about Great Switchbectations that I did an audio pickup that I just didn't edit very well into it, so it was clearly done differently. It's like when you're watching a TV show and a guy's back is towards you, and it's clearly like he clearly wasn't on the set saying it.
Yeah.
Because there's some sort of
Like his
plot
mouth's
missing.
still moving, but nothing's coming out of his mouth.
So I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do? And I sat there and I was trying to rewrite it or whatever and all these things, and like I got him, like, oh god, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. I got Kevin to record this. And she's like, actually, if you just cut the very first word off the sentence, it makes sense. And I was like, okay. And I did that and it made perfect sense.
There you go.
I'm not even gonna tell you which one it is. You guys can see if you can figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
Okay, so thank you for supporting it. Appreciate you very much. Kevin, how are you today?
Very good. Very good. A little hungry though.
I'm very hungry. I'm a growing boy. I went out with Jared Petty last night.
Oh, how's he doing?
How's he
He's
doing?
doing great. Lost a ton of weight, first of all. Looks
Good
great.
for him.
Looks fantastic. I was a very bad influence on him yesterday because he's been very strict about eating, and we went to Hops and Hominy, and I was
Yeah,
like,
that's not gonna work there.
We're gonna get the mac and cheese.
Of
We're gonna
course,
get the sugar and honey glazed Brussels sprouts. We're gonna get the pork chops covered in apple and crumble and all that kind of stuff. We're gonna get the
yes.
grits. I believe he even got octopus. I believe he got. I mean, we went all in. We were there for over 2 hours talking politics, and we had a great time. It was great to see him. What a good guy. He's over at Electronic Arts now. Send him some love on Twitter
good for
if you
him.
consider it.
Where are they based out of?
Redwood City. They call that campus Redwood Shores, I believe.
I've been there. I used to go there when I was a kid all the time. Great lobby.
I hate this fucking cup. Okay.
It's not a cup.
Use a different cup.
It's here though, and I have it. You know, I
Yeah,
brought it
no,
all
I
the way
know.
back from Anaheim.
I'm using this piece of shit mug right now. Look at it. It looks like a kid made it and then painted onto it. University of Missouri.
That's about the best Missouri
can.
That's about the best Mizzou can do.
This thing, it's uneven. It hurts your mouth. It spills all over the place.
That's about the level of intellect of the people that come out of Mizzou. No offense. Kevin.
I think there might have been some offense. It says it on that. You can't just intend offense and then say no offense and then hope that no one gets offended.
No offense. All right, there's quite a bit of news to get through today, actually specifically with videos. I do believe the biggest piece of news probably has to do with Marvel. Do you want to show this first, this funny thing first? Is this what you want to do?
I mean, Tim sent it in.
All right, well, let's do that first.
Let's
Let's
take a
get
look
this
at it.
out of the way. Is there sound?
No.
Okay.
It's just a picture with a good headline. There it is. There it is. The world can see it now. Nick, can you read it for me?
Mess alert, it says, garbage truck catches fire in
Northeast Austin.
Northeast Austin, sorry. Dumps load onto railroad. Yeah, that's us. I think that's what he's alluding to. Kevin, while we're here, can you bring up the first of the funny clips section? I want to start the show off right with that as well.
Is that the one labeled it? Nailed it.
Nailed it. That's what it's called. Here we go. We
Oh,
up?
wait, hold on. The kids can't see it right. Oh, no, there it is. Oh,
Nailed it.
yeah, he certainly
Yeah,
did.
so he's trying to put that in the hole there. See it? See it right there? Doesn't like it there. Oh, kind of fits, I guess, but you know where it'd fit better? Right in mom's boobs. Right in mom's boobs.
It's a good kid. It's a good kid.
Kid's gonna starting off right, guys. We're training him right these days.
Very,
Hope for the future.
very Oedipus-like.
Yeah.
Be careful, kid. You don't want to fuck your mom. All right.
Jesus.
Next thing is we have no more jokes to tell right now?
No, but
on
if
Colin and Greg
you
Live?
do have fun clips, make sure you send it. Follow me at Nick_Scarpino on Twitter and send me fun clips with hashtag fun clips with a Z or an S. I'll search both so we can start getting a little back catalog of those bad boys. I want to share them every time I'm on camera. I'm done now. Thank you.
Oh, that's fantastic. Let's start Colin and Greg live right today with the Avengers project coming from Square-Enix and Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal. So this is an interesting and not super surprising, but still cool little project reveal. Let's watch.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Take your time. Kitten. What's happening? What is this? What's going on?
Oh, it's my here. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
What?
No, it's.
The tangled mess? Oh, I see.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's like watching two fucking idiots try to do anything weird. All right.
Give it to us, Kevin. Give it to us harder.
That if you're different, you're dangerous. But I know the truth. The world will always need heroes. We just need to reassemble.
So if you're a huge fucking nerd, that's going to be super exciting to you. Now, the interesting thing about this to me is that Marvel continues to deliberately go out and see, instead of what they used to do, they go to Activision, they're like, you can have all the properties and churn out as many games as you can, and they used to make the shitty Spider-Man games and all that kind of stuff. They've deliberately taken their IP and gone from developer to developer and picked them off one by one. They're making a PlayStation 4 exclusive game with Insomniac for Spider-Man. Now they go to a very talented group over at Crystal and Eidos Montreal, and are making an Avengers game that will be published by Square-Enix. So now you have all of these. I like this approach. It's a very deliberate and very smart approach, and what they're basically doing is taking DC's approach with Warner Brothers and the Batman Arkham games specifically, and just ramping that up. I think what they did was they saw that they were winning in basically every other facet except for video games, and they're like, these great Batman games are the cream of the crop. Can we do that with our relevant IP? And they are doing that, and I think it's awesome.
Fun. Do we have any other details on what the game might be?
I don't think so. I think this is basically just announcing that it's
just a teaser.
Now, what's interesting about this is 3 studios are involved, or 2 studios rather, and a publisher. So Crystal and Eidos Montreal. This indicates that Crystal, and we know Eidos Montreal is working on a Tomb Raider game. We assume that Crystal maybe is working on another game as well, but the cooperation between the studios is kind of cool to see here, since there was implied cooperation, at least on the back end, with Tomb Raider. In other words, Crystal made the Tomb Raider reboots, and the whatever the new one's called. You remember what the third one's called that leaked? The something of the Tomb Raider. The something of the Tomb Raider.
Great title.
Is the one that leaked on the train in Montreal or whatever. So anyway, I think this is really cool. People are stoked about it.
Very cool. Yeah, looks fun.
And I hope that it turns out all great for everyone as well involved. Kevin. The next piece of news will be in both of these Mass Effect trailers. And you like Mass Effect. There are 2 new Mass Effect trailers.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Thank you, Kevin.
Something of
the Tomb Raider. Nope. I actually really don't want to, but I'm going to.
Okay. Well, this is the trailer. The other one's not a trailer. It's more of I guess it's a crew video, like kind of going in depth who you're going to be with.
I want to know who I'm going to be with. Who am I going to fuck in Mass Effect Andromeda?
Yeah,
we'll find out shortly.
I want to fuck one of those blue aliens. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I don't know that they're necessarily in the Andromeda Galaxy, though. That'd be a little weird if they were.
I want to fuck with them.
Is that our golden world?
Kevin, can you move the cursor?
That's Habitat 7. New Earth, if we're lucky. We're marooned. 20,000 souls adrift at sea. When the power runs out, stays out, we need to know if that's safe harbor.
Shuttle 2, taking your lead.
Good luck, Pathfinder team.
All stop, now!
Oh my god.
Get us out of here.
They've got us pinned against the skirt.
I am Arkham. Surrender or burn.
Please, you're not really going out there on your own.
We're explorers. Not an army. Sure, we've been outplayed. The Archon is a master of his game. We're about to change the rules.
He's a human from another galaxy. A pathfinder.
I don't need an army. I've got a Krogan.
You're right, it'll be fun.
This is exactly why we came.
Cover's blown, run!
They want to fight? We'll give it to them.
We're breaking! Keep it up!
Been waiting 600 years for this.
Waiting 600 years? So do they go? I don't even want to know.
Well,
Do
presumably.
they go into cryosleep?
Presumably, yeah. If he's been waiting 600 years, right?
Why are videos always framey on this show?
I don't know. We've lowered the recording resolution, and that is the best option for getting the show up as fast as possible. So this next video, I'm gonna set it to something ridiculously low. 360.
Okay.
Because people are saying lower the resolution, but I don't know if that's what's gonna do it.
Well, let's try the next one.
Okay.
Let's see if it works. This is another Mass Effect Andromeda video. How long is this one?
3 minutes and 5
All right.
seconds.
Well, if it's framey after a minute, we'll shut it off.
Okay.
Nobody knows for certain what awaits us in Andromeda. Though our long-range scans have provided a map, there are no guarantees on a voyage that will take us 2.5 million light years away from home.
God, it's so cool.
That's where the Pathfinder team comes in. My name is Cora Harper, second in command on the human Pathfinder team. It's our job to find and secure potential golden worlds, identify settlement sites, and start the process of building our new home. We act under our own authority and represent the
it's
tip
not
of the
working,
spear
Kev.
in Andromeda.
It must be something else. So just shut the video off.
Okay.
There's no reason to show videos if people can't enjoy them.
What about this next one?
Which was what? Oh, this is too bad. I want to watch it anyway.
I'm gonna bring it down as low as it'll go, resolution-wise.
I don't think that's the issue.
I don't think so either.
Well, because the idea is that reduces processing. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's the upload. It's just whatever. You're still uploading the same signal. It doesn't really matter, right? I don't know why it would be. I don't know. Maybe buffer it first.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Yeah.
He doesn't either.
Because the problem is what's going out. I don't know. I mean, this is a new.
Yeah, I mean,
issue
this
for a
is
new problem.
streaming, so I mean, this is downloading, right? It shouldn't really affect anything.
No, but it's going like.
Maybe it's the key. Maybe that's doing too much stuff.
No.
Because isn't it doing the key? The key is a process that's happening, but that's happening on the computer as well. I don't know.
But before the key was always on. All right, let's try watching this at super. Maybe I don't full screen.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
all
try that.
guesswork,
But
people.
raise the resolution though.
Yeah, let's raise up the resolution though. So I can't even see this thing. It just looks like pixels.
Especially for a game like this. Put it back to like 720 or 1080. That's fine.
1080 is fine.
1080 is fine. All right, here we go, people. We're trying this.
This is Ni no Kuni 2 footage. And it looks
my
fucking
name's Colin
beautiful.
Campbell. I'm with Polygon. This is a really, really, really short. It's some gameplay footage of Ni no Kuni 2.
God, it looks so good.
Which was given to us as a B-roll. There was an event yesterday in San Francisco. I just wanted you to get a look at it because if you're a huge...
This video's not playing well.
No?
Oh, sorry, maybe my audio cut out.
Yeah, my audio cut out too.
No, I cut out the audio.
In December, there is a write-up on Polygon today where we talk about...
Yeah, this works, Kevin.
We learned about the characters, about the plot, about these little fellas.
Oh my God, it looks so good.
What I can say...
You're a huge Ni no Kuni fan,
Yes.
right?
There is a slight...
I am the original Ni no Kuni
You are
fan.
the OG Ni no Kuni fan.
Someone try to take it from me, I dare you.
All right, I'm gonna full screen to test to see if that like
it's a
causes any
sweet
issues.
tale of young people journeying in this magical world, and there's this sort of real-time combat, party-based combat with help from these little creatures that you have at your side. So as I say, if you want to find out more, pop along to polygon.com. and we've got a write-up there. The good news is that this isn't just coming out for PlayStation 4.
Nope, it ruins it, Kevin, when you do it.
Today,
all right,
also
good.
For Windows PC.
So now you have
no
your
full screen.
we have our answer.
Yeah.
This is like an episode of House,
around the world. I love Nino Kuni.
where we
So-
diagnosed
2 years ago.
the ailment.
We have indeed. We have indeed.
and thus have solved the problem and perhaps even saved a life.
But we were assholes about it the whole time, so.
Hugh Laurie, man. Hugh Laurie's great in Veep.
Oh, he's awesome in Veep.
He plays that senator from Minnesota.
God, he's so good.
Okay.
Tom Jane.
Tom, yeah.
That was
Tom
name
Jane.
is, yeah. Tom Jane.
All right.
God, Veep is so good.
Let's read some tips, Kevin.
Let's do it.
Are you ready for that?
I'm not
Gird your
involved in that
loins.
part.
Gird your loins, Kevin.
What is that? How do I gird something?
GIRD, I don't know. You have to look it up. Girding, protect them, cover them.
Yeah.
I think you mean guarding.
Gird.
No, it's gird.
No, I think you're trying to say guarding.
Guard your dick. is what he's trying
Gird
to
your
say.
loins. Yeah, the saying is gird your loins or guard your dick. They mean the same thing, but they're different, actually, indeed, in the way they're said.
I think you're mispronouncing that word. I believe it's guard.
Marky6060 gave us a tip and said, don't believe in the birthday tax, but here's a small gift for me to you on the day I fell out of my mama. Keep up the great work. P.S. Colin, your thoughts on the metal legend Ronnie James Dio? I don't really have an, I mean, he's a singer. I don't really have an opinion on him. I remember, I think, from the stint with Black Sabbath. The Lentil King gave us a tip. Said, I'd like to know when Kevin Coelho is going to finally publish his tax returns. The public has waited long enough. And then in parentheses it says bongos.
Yeah.
Remember when the fucking now president was like, I'm never going to do it? And everyone was like, okay, whatever, we don't care.
Yep, I do remember that.
I'm pretty sure he still hasn't done it.
I'm pretty sure he's still CEO of his company.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
He said he said a couple days ago he's not going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, isn't he being audited? They audited him, right?
They audit him every year.
And he's just like, if I've gone through an audit and everything's fine, I'm not going to show my tax return.
Because he doesn't pay anything.
You know shit.
Yeah.
Now the question is this.
I mean, is the
system... Is it his fault that he doesn't pay anything?
No, not at all.
Okay.
But, I mean...
That seems to be lost on a lot of people.
The bigger question is he smarter for not paying anything?
No, he's brilliant for not paying anything.
Well, then,
he's using the tax laws to his... This is my only answer to this, Kevin. Anyone that complains about this, when you do your taxes this year, I don't want you to take one deduction. I want you to file your tax returns as if this is exactly what you owe. No homeowner tax deduction, no car tax deduction. I don't want you to take tax deductions for charitable things. I don't want you to take any tax deductions. And then you can stand on your moral high ground. Until then, understand that he's playing by the laws on the books. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but those are the laws on the books, and we all do it.
But I think he should be proud. He should be like, look what I do, not like be a little fucking weasel about it and be like, yeah, you can't look at it because it's being audited, and then really I just don't want to show you.
Please do not refer to the President of the United States as a weasel. The correct term is Muppet or Oompa Loompa. Understand me?
Oompa Loompa. He does look like an Oompa Loompa because of the little hands and the orange skin.
Oompa Loompa. Did you see the Greg and I were watching Triumph the Insult Dog at the inauguration?
I love Triumph. Yeah.
Did you watch that?
No, I haven't seen that.
He had a great bit where he was like, "Hey, just to let you guys know, this is the actual scale Bible they're using to swear him in, and it was like this big." He's like, "Look how big your hands look." It was so good.
Triumph's amazing,
dude. That guy's so good. He made it. There's a montage at the end where he's like, "Can we just all agree on one thing? Betty White rules. Can we just say that?" And he got everyone to say Betty White rules, but he cut out Betty.
White rule.
It's like it's so fucking.
He's great.
It's so good.
He's great. I have some, I'm having a lot. My concerns. I always said wait until the man's in office and see what he does. Some things are very concerning that are happening, I must say. Specifically, the one thing that I didn't have anything to say about because I don't know what the normal policy is. I guess I just don't. I never heard it being talked about, so I'd have to do a little bit of research. But specifically with gagging the EPA and other like science-based organizations to not be able to say anything unless it's vetted. I've never heard of that. That seems antithetical to the cause of these particular programs. So I don't like that stuff. And obviously, I don't like ruling by executive order. It's a little concerning to me. Let Congress pass the laws.
Yeah, well, it's also a little disconcerting when you make the head of the EPA someone who's sued the EPA before. So,
well,
global
warming's fake, Kevin. I don't know if you knew that.
Tim, I'm supposed to do this, right?
Did you get what you needed?
Please send me screenshots.
What am I supposed to do with this?
I don't know.
Come back to me.
It's too late now.
Come back to me, Kevin.
You had your moment where it was useful.
Okay.
But Kevin, the wall's gonna get built, and the wall just got 10 feet higher.
It did. It did.
So, I'm sorry, I don't feel how you want about Donald Trump, but that particular thing is one of the funniest things I've ever heard a presidential candidate say. When like someone was criticizing the wall, was like the wall just got 10 feet higher. Like you're a funny man when you know how to be.
He's like a parent punishing a child. Your detention just got, or your suspension just got like a day longer.
Sir,
You're
the
grounded
wall
for a
is
day
2,000 miles long. 10 feet is going to be billions of dollars.
That's $1 trillion you just committed to.
What are you saying, sir?
Mexico's going to pay it. Meanwhile, the Mexican president's like, I'm not paying that shit, and now they're not even talking. Isn't that great?
Well,
isn't that great?
This is what I was
He
talking
went
about.
down there though and hung out with him for a while.
But he just canceled his trip. He was supposed to come in the 30th, and
No,
I
I'm
guess
saying-
and he's like, "Fuck you, man. I'm not doing this shit."
Well, that's because I wish we could have heard that meeting where Trump went down to Mexico.
I would have loved to have been a
Because he
fly on
came
the
out,
wall.
the Mexican president, like, he was very reasonable. He was very reasonable.
Because he's probably like this. Please don't do this. Please don't set us back, our relations back by like.
I mean,
the fucking 100 years.
Mexico's in very bad shape with this because not with the wall, but with NAFTA because 80% of their exports go to the United States. We have. I mean, the thing they're playing tough, and I don't blame them. I'd be very scared if I was there. A decision on NAFTA that is probably going to come forth is going to destroy their economy. So worse than it already is right now, actually.
Jesus Christ.
He was saying
Kevin, you can't do it too. Kevin, when you do it, Kevin, when you use racism as a comedic tool, it makes the white people over here think it's okay to do it. See, you're the gateway for it.
See?
You have to be the one that says, Nick,
It's fair
stop. You have to say stop because if you start doing it, then there's no lie. I don't know where to go. I'm not smart enough to understand that racism is bad.
No line.
Say stop. Ready?
Jesus Christ.
So the one thing, Kevin, I'm curious what you think about this. Jared and I were talking about this last night at dinner. Why Donald Trump just cannot explain his positions well?
He doesn't know.
It's so. Isn't that weird?
He doesn't have any.
Well, no, but I mean, he could defend himself way more effectively, and I can't believe, like, with the bankruptcy thing, where they're like, you went bankrupt, your business went bankrupt 4 times. He's like, well, he could have just been like, well, I have 100 profitable, successful arms of the business, so my success rate's actually pretty good. That's all he had to say. Instead, he like goes on and on about how I manipulated the laws and did all these. And then the bigger thing is with the Mexico paying for the wall thing. If he wants Mexico to pay for the wall, they will pay for the wall. They're not going to write a check. They'll pay for it in tariffs, or they'll pay for it in taxes on repatriated money, or they'll pay for it in lost aid. Like, all he has to do is explain that. Yeah, it's just so weird that he doesn't know how to. So everyone's like, the Mexicans aren't going to pay for the wall. I'm like, maybe they won't, but it seems like that would be pretty easy to do. All you have to do is stop them, is raise tariffs or stop, aiding certain parts of the government, and then they paid for it. But he just doesn't know how to explain anything. He's just not a very savvy man.
He's
he
not.
really isn't.
He's not. He's not savvy in the least. But I think most of the time he just says shit and then figures out how to do the shit later. You got to give him credit for that one.
I give him credit for one thing. He's doing exactly what he said he was going to do.
He's just so far so good, or so far so bad, depending on how you want to look at it.
But I'm not impressed.
Oh my God.
We'll see. I want to see what Congress does, and then the bills that he signs. But nonetheless, everyone stay strong out there. We only have 3 years and 360 days at least to go. Unless something tragic happens, then Mike Pence will be your president.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun? How far do we have to get till Steve Bannon becomes the president?
Steve Bannon's not in the line of succession.
Thank God. Thank God. I don't know.
I gotta give it up to Steve Bannon. He doesn't seem to care much about his how he dresses.
His appearance at all.
Which I hope he goes to the White House like that. Like just in like a tattered old like button down, like plaid button down, like one of the fuzzy ones from the 80s that he's been wearing for 25 years, and his jeans and his hair's all fucked up. His glasses, he has like 2 pairs of glasses, like one's in his hair, one's wrapped around his neck. God. I hope that that's the case.
It's every picture you see of him, it's like white guy, rich fat white guy in suit, rich fat white guy in suit, rich fat white guy in suit, our president. And then he's in the background. And he looks like he was the one, like, maybe working on the plane. Maybe not. I don't know. He could be a psychopath. Just in, like, just a jacket, hair's all fucked up, jeans. You're like, what? But on the same level, I'd like to believe that I could dress like that if I were that close to the president of the United States. Because that's that cool.
Here's what I would do if I was president. I've said this before, Kevin. I want you to let me know in particular what you think. And I mean this. If I were president, every weekday I'd have a press conference. I would go to the press room and for a few minutes just talk to the press. They can ask me questions. I would dress in t-shirts and jeans unless I was going, just in a normal way. I'm working today. I'm in my comfortable clothes. Got 5 minutes. You got any questions? I don't know the answers to these things. I'll write them down. I'll make sure the press secretary gets back to you, or I'll come back tomorrow and we can answer those questions.
Right.
I would love an open presidency like that. Someone that exposes themselves, and but not in the way Bill Clinton exposed himself.
I'm fine with that too. You just got to do it to someone who actually wants it. You know what I mean? Or can willingly take it.
Let's read the next tip.
Okay.
Let's see. Jay Davis 3285 gave us a tip and said, "What happened with Sleeping Dogs? I thought it was a great game, yet seems like it has no real future. Also, I'd love to hear Colin's take on the whole alternative truth stuff." Well, the studio that made Sleeping Dogs, which is that Vancouver studio, what was it? God, they made Little Big Planet Karting. Why can't I think of the name? United Front Games. I had to go there deep into the mind bowels to find it. They closed down. They don't exist anymore. Square-Enix had them make if you guys remember correctly, they have an MMO-style spin-off called Triad Wars, which failed. They should have just made Sleeping Dogs too. As far as the alternative truth stuff, I think it's scary. I thought that was an incredibly Orwellian thing to say. The bigger concern I have with this particular stuff is why they care about such petty things. I can't believe how thin-skinned Donald Trump is. Like, just so thin-skinned. Just get to work and shut up. Stop talking. Your inauguration crowd was fine. It's fine. Who cares?
Yeah, who gives
It doesn't matter. The proof's in the pudding.
I think, this is just classic small dick syndrome. I'm not going to lie. It's the hands, the dick, the feet. He's compensating for something clearly. Because let me tell you right now. Kevin, give me the one. If you weren't worried about the size of your penis, like say you were perfectly confident with the fact that you're packing a good 6 to 6.5 of thick inches down there, okay?
Real
thick, thank you. You wouldn't need those ego boosts like running for president or being a captain of industry or being a billionaire. You could do something like, say, I don't know, start your own YouTube channel with some of your friends and then co-host the morning show. Not even the host, just co-host the morning show.
Colin and Greg Live.
Because you're so confident in what you're packing down there that you don't need anything else. That can sustain you. You can subsist solely on the knowledge that that thing is fan-fucking-tastic. Big hands. Jazz hands.
Do you like my slow pan?
That was great, thank you. Yeah, it's not happening. I was like, I'm gonna keep going.
It was a little too slow and it was a little too close.
Yeah, I only had one thing to say, but I just kept going on that because we were vibing together, Kevin.
Yeah,
it was good. It was real good.
Placenta Milkshake gave us a tip.
Oh, great.
Said, even though most don't consider it, you are my favorite duo. Why, you ask? Because hail Colin. Hit it, Nick. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, not that you get really a choice in the matter, because I am the one that's propagating this. Do you like this, which is the Hydra salute, this, which is sort of like the Black Power salute, or do we straighten that out for you?
No,
which
no,
one do you want?
you can't do that.
You don't like this? Okay.
No, you can't.
Okay.
Nope, you can't do that.
That's the one you don't like, right?
That's the one I don't like, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm. You don't want the Man in the High Castle?
No. Obergruppenführer, Kevin. What do you think about that? Oh, food. Would you like Beep's Burger?
Did you ever go to Steak and Shake?
Yes. Why? Is that where you want to go? Is that what delights you?
Kind of. I haven't been there in a while. I've been there once.
Would you balk at me saying Los Matates?
I would not. I would not.
Would you balk at me saying Los Matates again?
No.
I would not balk at either of those things.
Okay, good. Let's go to Los Matates.
Okay.
You guys don't go to the shitty one you used to go to by Hall of Flame anymore, do you?
You're not funny. You're not being funny.
Jesus Christ.
We went there yesterday.
Oh, you really? I didn't know that. That place sucks. Why do you subject yourself to that place?
Why don't you order?
There are a bunch of better burritos around here.
Order fun stuff. Yesterday I had the torta gigante.
What does that mean? Giant torta?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Holy shit, it was fucking huge.
Kevin shows me. Okay, first off, it comes and it looks like a fucking small baby. It's the size of like
It actually
a
looked
rugby
like
ball.
it looked like a large bread loaf that had been wrapped in foil.
Right. Because
And
in
it
fact,
weighed-
it was a large bread loaf that they cut in half, like Rodney Dangerfield style from fucking back to school. Remember that scene where he just takes the whole bread loaf and guts it? That's what they did, but instead of filling it with all the hors d'oeuvres, they decided to fill it with every meat imaginable that was fried. So fried steak, fried chicken. There was a hot dog in there for some reason. I
Really?
think. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And it was thick. And Kevin, I've never seen this happen in the history of Kevin before. My relationship with this fine young Peruvian boy over there, it bested him. He got halfway through it and he was struggling on that last bite of the other half. And he was like, I can't do this.
You didn't
Stick
have it,
around with
Kevin?
him.
No. I mean, when the man handed me the plate, and I felt the sheer weight of this thing, I was like, there's no way I'm eating all this thing.
I
And it
respect
was
that.
$13 well spent because I had the other half later in the day, and it was phenomenal.
So we're reconstituted.
Yeah, we did that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Fun randoms, totally non sequitur. My brother knows this guy. Friends
Ray
with him.
Proscia?
Yeah, he played Reinhardt in Man in the High Castle.
Oh. That's all. Yeah.
Heinrich. Yeah.
God, I love me some Man in the High Castle. You know what's back? I canceled my Hulu subscription, but still got an email about it because they know that that's all I watch. The Path.
What's the
Which is a great show.
What is The Path?
It's a show. What'd you say?
Is it as good as Man in the High Castle?
It's different. Why are you saying that? Because I have bad taste? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I'm trying to understand your taste.
The Path is about a small cult in the United States and how they're like. It's really, really good. I really think that show is fantastic. Stars the dude Jesse from Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, that was the project right after he did. Not Breaking. Well, I was gonna say he did Need for Speed right after that, but then this was his first like big return to sort of episodic television project.
Really, really excited about it. The thing that Hulu does that annoys me though, even though I respect it at the same time, is that they release one episode at a time instead of the whole thing. So I'll just wait until it's all up. Then I'll do the week free Hulu thing. I'll watch it all, and then I'll just cancel it because that's how savvy I am. Because Hulu fucking sucks. I just want to be clear about that one thing.
Hulu fucking sucks.
Hulu sucks. Now, they have some good options, but it is insane that you subscribe and then you still have to watch commercials. And then you have to pay another few dollars to still watch commercials. And even if you do that, there are still commercials.
I thought subscription got you no commercials.
No, subscription gets you access to their library.
The library, okay.
Yeah.
And like newer shows or whatever Hulu.
It is incredible that people are okay with that, with something like Netflix and Amazon Prime out there.
It's a different sort of...
I don't think I mean, the only reason that they're alive is because that NBC Universal owns a massive piece of them. I think it's a huge mistake what they're doing. But
I'll tell you one thing right now. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I am amazed at how much I use Amazon in streaming video now. Their Prime. I'm like, I never thought I would do it. I'm like, I don't need any of these stupid. I don't need more fucking original shows. I'm Netflix through and through. It got me. They make good shows. Say what you will about Man in the High Castle, and we've talked about this. It didn't. I watched the first season. I liked it. It didn't vibe with me necessarily, but it is a fucking beautifully made show. Beautifully made show. It's just a little too methodical for me, but that's why I imagine you like it. You're like a serial killer, which you haven't killed yet.
Well, not that you know of.
I recommend Kevin.
Not that you know of. You have no idea what the body count can possibly be. I'm like the Dexter of San Francisco.
Could be a lot.
It could be anywhere between 0 and a lot.
Yeah.
You don't really know.
Nobody knows.
Obergruppen Führer, Kevin, I'm going to continue with the tips now.
What does Obergruppen mean?
I have no idea.
Let's look that up. You go with
Führer is leader. So my assumption is that Obergruppen, in German, the descriptors on a word, so like they're all one word. So if you're saying like, this is the big, gray, old, smelly house, that's one word.
Oh, and so you're right. Obergruppen Führer is one word.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What does
that mean?
In
German, words can get incredibly long in German. So it must mean something leader, like the sub-leader or the leader of something or whatever.
I guess it was a rank? Was it not?
I wonder what the literal translation of it is.
Paramilitary rank that was first created in 1932 as a rank of the SA and adopted by the SS.
Higher group leader, says Sir Citadel.
Higher group leader. Got it. That makes sense. Yeah.
I love that about German. It's very interesting for people that don't know that. I didn't know that until I think I learned in high school or college. That like all the descriptors, like so house is a word, big house is a word, big gray house is a word. And if you just keep describing the same subject over and over again, it's one word. That's why Führer and Obergruppenführer are one word.
That's
Führer's
crazy.
leader, Obergruppen. So I think that's an interesting component of German. They must have learned some incredibly fucking bizarre combinations of words.
That's crazy. Yeah, I have to imagine that you're just kind of taking the words that I'm shuffling them together, right? Like Ober must be over, Gruppen must be group, and Führer must be leader, right? So you're just putting those together as one word. Am I crazy in saying that?
I don't know, Kevin. I'm surprised you don't. This is your title, and I'm surprised you don't have any insight into it.
It's not my title.
Kevin, are you the Obergruppen?
Not a Nazi.
Kevin, you're Obergruppen Führer? Oh, because you're. Oh, great, because his lineage. Is that why?
Yes. We all know that your grandparents were Nazis.
It's not a big deal, Kevin. Lots of people's grandparents were Nazis.
My great-grandfather may have been a Nazi. That's all I said. That's all I said.
Dude, listen.
Nobody knows his real name. There was one picture of him.
That's not uncommon, though. And here's the deal. My grandfather, on my mom's side, my mom was adopted and brought over here. She was adopted by some of her family and brought to Chicago. But her original parents still lived in Italy. And my grandfather was a deserter in Mussolini's army.
Really?
Yeah. They had to hide him.
Interesting.
He was like, I'm not doing this shit.
Smart man.
Yeah, it's crazy. He was like, I don't really vibe with this, I guess. And I guess he just went home and hid under the fucking basement boards anytime they come look for him. Not that smart, the Italian soldiers.
No, they weren't. Fascist Italy was actually like a joke. It really. And what's funny about that is that Hitler really idolized Mussolini. A lot of people don't know that.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Mussolini came to power long before Hitler came to power. Okay. DJ Kento gave us a tip. Said, hey, Nick, Colin, Sexy Kevin. I was wondering what Nick's impressions of that full music video I sent yesterday was. It was Turbo Killer by Carpenter, Brute, and Seth Eicherman.
You know what? I did not watch the rest of it. Thank you for reminding me. I will make a note of that right now. Actually, I'll open it right now so I can watch it afterward. Here's what happens every day. We have this fun morning show, we get along great, and then cameras are off, and we're like, we don't give a fuck about anything. Most important thing, lunch. What's happening for lunch? And they got me yesterday with Dos Charros, which happens to be my favorite place. Colin hates it. So we're gonna compromise today. We're gonna go to lunch, but I'm gonna queue it up on my tab, which most assuredly means that if it's in the tabs, I will watch it one day, or my computer will crash and I'll just forget about it.
That's gonna happen.
Whatever.
How many tabs you got open right now? You estimate?
Let me see. Make sure there's no porn or anything that's not. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 19. Just a shy under 20. Just a hair under 20.
Why?
Two of them are emails.
The fourth one. What's the fourth?
Emails, Drive, the scratch pad that we use for the stories, a Kickstarter story from yesterday, the Apocalypse Now game, which I can close. Didn't realize that was open. A calendar, local treasurer tax to remind me that I have to pay our local city tax because in San Francisco you get to pay a fucking payroll tax just for the cost of doing business here. Isn't that great? My list of shit to do, our PayPal account, which can close. I don't know what this is. Oh, my schedule for jiu-jitsu, which can close. IMDb for Caddyshack. Got to keep that open.
Might have to consult that later.
Yeah, you never know when you're going to need that. I like to keep that on hand. And Twitter. And then YouTube. And then some sound effects I'm working on for the newest episode of The Animated Show, which will be out next week, by the way.
What?
It's going to be fun. What? Spoilers. It's good.
Damn it. I clicked too late.
Do it again. Go back to the one. Spoilers. It's good.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you, Kevin. And then, of course, the Twitch chat and the tips and all that stuff.
I got a tip for you later, Kevin. Speaking of the next tip.
Damn.
Tijler, 1996, gives a tip. Said, I'm leaving for London tomorrow to study abroad. Any tips on traveling out of the country? I've never been out of the country or on a plane before. So any advice would be appreciated. You're going overseas. You've never been overseas before. You're going there to live, and you've never been on a plane.
That's the way.
That is a bold move.
Where's he going?
London. Great place to be.
That's not overseas.
London is basically the United States, and we'll take it one day.
We'll take
it.
When we take Canada, you think we're going to take Canada first and then London, or is it going to be?
I was always fascinated that Greg showed me the graphic novel. I can't remember the name of it, and when we invade Canada for their water, which I think is interesting.
They'll just give it to us, eh? Oh, you need water there? You can have it.
I mean, we'll take it if we need it.
There's enough water.
We'll take it if we need it.
Yeah.
No big deal. I was reading about British Columbia the other day. The westernmost province.
Right.
Except for Yukon, of course, above. The reason, Secretary of State Seward bought Alaska from the Russians. Mm-hmm. And we thought that British Columbia had not yet determined what it wanted to do. It was just a territory, a British-controlled territory. And we were hoping that they would join the United States, and we were going to have this continuous thing going down. And so the state wasn't meant to be isolated like that.
Interesting.
Later on, British Columbia decided that they wanted to join the Canadian Commonwealth, and so we had the state completely separate from the rest of the country.
I mean, it's just a poor decision. It's poor decision making that was happening at that time.
But buying Alaska was one of the most brilliant things we ever did. Bought it for like something like 8 cents an acre or something like that. It is full of gold and oil. Like chock full of gold, chock full of oil.
There you go.
Thank you, Russia. All right. Citrus Chrome, Nick gave us a tip. Says, love the Colin and Nick combo, you and everyone else. Now, he gave us this video. Kevin, I'm going to put it in the scratch pad for you at the very bottom. And you can do whatever you feel like you want to do with it. If you want to rub it on yourself, rub it on yourself. You want to do whatever you want to do with it. In the meantime, EgadBerry724 gave us a tip. Said, hey guys, Colin, have you finished Westworld? If so, thoughts? Also, you should listen to Death Grips. They are right up your alley. Westworld, I'm 5 episodes into Westworld. I like it a lot. I just haven't had time to watch it. The Deadman97 gave us a tip and said, hey guys, just wanted to say congrats to Colin on his latest episode of Colin Was Right. Loving it so far. Also, quick question. What is your most anticipated movie of 2017? There is only one answer, and it is Dunkirk.
Oh, I was just going to say Star Wars. It's just I can never think of the movies that are coming out. I just say Star Wars because there's always a Star Wars movie coming out.
Are we going to watch this?
What is it?
It just looks like a fun clip.
Okay, let's watch it.
No, you know what? I'll throw it in the fun clip section.
Throw in the fun clip section. We'll see if we can get to it by the end.
Okay.
There.
JH1224 gave us a tip with a story linking to Vice that says scientists think we're closer to doomsday thanks to climate change and Trump. So you guys know that the doomsday clock, the famous doomsday clock,
right,
which appeared in, I think, 53 or whatever, is 30 seconds closer to doomsday now because of Trump.
Great.
30?
Great.
Mm-hmm.
30 seconds. That seems like a lot.
It does seem like a lot, considering I think it's like at 11 something, right? Mario Not Bros gave us a tip and said, hey guys, first off, Colin, congrats on Colin Was Right. It continues to be fantastic. Don't leave us, though. Secondly, how do you feel about Ni no Kuni 2 not having the familiar system? And then he says, hi, Nick. Hi. I don't know how I feel about it yet. It has to translate. I could have gone to that Bandai Namco event to play Ni no Kuni, but Colin Was Right is basically just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays for me, so I have no choice but to not do those things if we don't want to interrupt the schedule of that show. So I'm going to see when the time comes. And yes, I said see.
We're 2.5 minutes away from midnight, just so you know.
What do I have to lose? I mean, just do it already then. Just get it over with.
What are we doing?
Maddie G gave us a tip and said, coming from an IT student for Kevin, open Resource Monitor and see what it says about usage. Are you listening, Kevin?
Yeah, it's high.
My guess is lack of CPU power. Streaming eats up CPU hardcore. GPU might be the issue as well. But
you guys, we have 5 monitors connected to this setup. 5. We're running the lights, OBS, like
why don't you
2 separate.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Captures.
We could just do another computer that's all the stories, and you just go straight into the switcher with that, Kev. That would solve a lot of problems, because then we could do all the keying in switcher.
Yeah, but let's be honest, it'll be a hassle, you know?
It literally would. You get to pick a brand new computer out.
We'll
go shopping. We put your best clothes on. We'll go out for lunch afterward. We get your computer. We'll put it right by your little desk over there. And that way it just goes straight. We literally have a switcher capable of like 32 inputs. We're using 4 of them, one of which is the fucking Skycam. Skycam.
There it is.
You are so very slow.
Dude, there's a lot of fucking buttons in front of me.
There is, and also he tries to control all of it from his phone, but then he has to unlock the phone.
No, stop. I don't try. I'm good at controlling it all from my phone.
Yes, you're very good. You're very good, Kevin.
You're great at it, Kevin. I'm not saying you're not good at it. You're better than me. I've done your job. Never again.
That's not true.
Never again. I'm never doing it again.
You have to do the job, Kevin. You're never going to get promoted out of that job.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to
Until you train someone else to do it who's not me. Or Greg. The problem is Greg enjoys it too much because there's a camera even closer to his face.
The closer the camera, the better.
Yeah, I can't enjoy it because I go into my producer mode where I'm like, I just have to focus on this and then I can't be funny. And let's be honest, I'm much better at being funny than I was ever at being technically inclined. It's just not going to happen.
That is very true. That's what people say about you.
I'm good at everything equally. Kevin, the next tip is Chuckles95. Says, hey Colin, I'd like to thank you for introducing me to the Rubin Report. I've really been enjoying his interviews over the past month. Is there any chance of you getting on his show? I'm glad you're enjoying it. I love Dave Rubin, and the Rubin Report's an awesome show if you guys want to check it out over at YouTube. I have nothing to announce at this time. Jihad Q1 gives a tip and said, hi guys, I started watching The Man in the High Castle. What happened?
I was coughing.
Why? What about?
Like that.
Oh.
Because my throat's itchy.
Oh, you got an itchy throat? Jihad Q1 gave us a tip and said, hi guys, started watching Man in the High Castle recently and the show got me wondering, can America be conquered by another nation? And if so, how? Cheers. Honestly, no. I don't think he can.
Yes, economically, and it's already happened.
Abraham Lincoln famously said the United States will never fall from an external threat, it'll only fall from internal division. which I think is way more likely. How could it happen? Russia and China and the EU would have to combine their forces and invade the United States. They'd have to deal with the fact that we would pummel them with nuclear bombs. We would have to deal with the fact that we were getting pummeled with nuclear bombs and EMPs. It would be a complete disaster. The only way the United States would get conquered is if the world ended, I guess is what I'm saying. So we have the greatest standing army the world has ever known. We have the biggest nuclear stockpile. And and as I've said many times in the past, I'm not proud of it. We spend $600 billion a year on our military. It's fucking insane. A third of all military spending in the world is ours.
Natch.
But what I've said before, the thing that I'm really fascinated about is like all the things we really don't know. And I suspect that we have a very complicated and very complex defense system for missiles, and that we probably have weaponized space in an incredible way.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And
Are we not supposed to?
Which, by the way, is completely illegal. Completely
illegal.
Completely and utterly illegal to send weapons into space. And I have no doubt that we've done it.
Do you feel like that started with Reagan? Like, wasn't the Star Wars program that?
Yeah.
Like, but for defense? Like putting... Isn't that how Star Wars works?
Yeah. It's a missile defense system. Yeah. No one knows how any of these defense systems work. My assumption is that we have a very savvy system that no one will ever know exists. Unless it's
if you can shoot a missile out of the sky, from the sky, and am I wrong in assuming that they were... Was Star Wars like ground-based missiles that would shoot up to other missiles, or were they space-based missiles?
No, I think it was a combination of
what was it? Exactly
satellites finding bogeys in which that then missiles from the ground
was launched, right? Yeah.
Like the Jupiter missiles and all that kind of stuff, even in Turkey and whatnot, back in the day, were designed as a defensive measure. So, well, good offense, good defense, right?
Absolutely. That's what North Korea thinks right now.
So I think that, could the United States be conquered? Sure, but the collateral damage would take the rest of the world with it.
Now let me ask you this question.
Especially because we won't go down.
The more important question is this. How accurate was the newest Red Dawn movie where North Korea conquers the entire of the United
States? Very accurate.
Very accurate. One day. Just nailed
very
it.
Accurate.
Actually, it wasn't the entirety.
It was sad because the Chinese, the way was, I don't know, I don't want to get into it. I was disappointed with that. I'll remind people that when Homefront came out on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, which is about North Korea taking over the United States, I did a piece at IGN called Is Homefront Possible? That's a very long piece that examines the geopolitical landscape during the game and how it could be possible. And I interviewed ex-CIA agents to ask them specifically how this could happen, like the 14 things that would need to happen. And they were like, it could happen theoretically, but these very, very, very specific things would have to happen.
Meanwhile, North Korea is just reading your article going, cool, check that. Okay, we'll get that one.
I mean, it's just not possible. Like, they would need to be unified. The peninsula would need to be unified. They need to have a prosperity sphere similar to what Japan had in the 30s and 40s in East Asia to protect their resources, oil, rubber, and all that kind of stuff. They would need to have the element of surprise. They would need to have a neutral Europe and a neutral Asia looking on and not getting involved. They would need to have all these things, probably sympathizers in the United States. The economy would probably have to crash. There would need to be peak oil in an oil crisis. Like, all these things would happen. They're like, if all that happens, then
right for the taking.
Yeah, then yes. Very interesting stuff.
Good to know.
Go read it. Go look it up. Very good. Okay. Let's see. Next tip. Got a lot of tips today.
We do. People want you back. They love you. They miss you. When it's just me and Kevin, we get 2 tips. First tip, hey, hope you're having a good day. Second tip, stop doing the show.
Third tip, Tim, I have a question for you. It's funny because it's Nick, not Tim.
That's true. People, my name is Nick, not Tim. If you see me on the streets, please call me by my God-given name. Or you can call me Zeus, whatever you want. Big Daddy Nick.
Okay. Ping Pong Pope gave us a tip. Said, I am giving you 5 of my hard-earned dollars for one thing and one thing alone. I'm going to need one of you to make a circle with your thumb. What? An index. And the other to use the index finger to penetrate it. So he wants you to do
it like this?
Yeah, and then put a finger through it.
Like I think you're supposed to put a finger.
Oh, you want me to do it? So like
I think you, and then I
okay.
I think.
Penetrate it. Ooh, it's so small.
Oh, it's tight.
You're barely touching it.
See it.
Can you push it out to the camera?
There you go.
Can you push it out to the camera? And I'll do this.
You're barely even touching. I don't feel anything. The woman should feel. I'm the woman in this situation. I want to have pleasures.
I think that's your fault. I think the circle you're making is too big.
Well, I've been penetrated a lot.
Kegels. Katherine Heigl Kegels. Hey, more tips? Jesus, there are.
There are. And Ten Severus says, all I want is to have representation. I live in D.C. and pay taxes, yet I have no representation in Congress. Our license plates say taxation without representation. Let's go D.C. statehood. I know that does. You guys will become a state. My assumption is that the District of Columbia will become a state at the same time Puerto Rico becomes a state in the next few years.
52, we get 52?
Yeah, we can't have 51.
No, that's lame.
What?
Even. Can't be odd.
Didn't we have like 48, 49 for a while?
We had 48 for a long time and then 49 for a long time. Yeah.
Puerto Rico being a state was dope.
You guys can go look it up online if you want. There are designs for the 51 and 52 star flag already designed, already ready to go.
They're the same flag with 2 extra stars.
Yeah, but you have to realign all the stars. If you look at the 49 or 48, especially the 48 star flag, it looks totally different. We are very used to seeing the 50 star flag. You will notice.
I want to see the 51 star flag. Oh, is it this one? Or it's just a bunch
That's
of
one.
stuff?
That's one.
That's actually dope.
One proposal, yeah. Let's see. Diseased Gecko gave us tips. Like, Colin, great job on Colin was right. We have wildly different views, but I always respect your opinion, and this show proves why. Keep being and expressing yourself. Nick, keep being sexy, and Kevin, bongos.
No.
Grezzo85 gets tips. Said, Nick, have you seen Only God Forgives?
Yeah.
I thought it was unwatchable, but maybe it was just too artsy for me. In my opinion, when you write words, cum dumpster in your script, art goes out the window. I love the term cum dumpster.
Cum dumpster, first of all, great term. Don't know if it necessarily needs to be in an indie film, but whatever. To each his own. Yeah, Only God Forgives was something. I watched it. I'm a huge Nicholas Winding Refn fan. It's definitely his style. I liked it. I can definitely understand why 99% of the people that watched it thought it was unwatchable. It's very much in the vein of what he wants to make as a filmmaker. And when the problem is, everyone loves Drive because that's literally his most, probably only accessible mainstream film, if you can call it that, because it's still pretty much on the fringes. But that one and The Neon Demon are more like just visceral experiences than they are actual stories. So if you're craving storytelling, he's not your guy. If you're craving sort of symbolism and just intense violence, he's your guy. And Ryan Gosling, because, watch him on film all day, walking around with his buttocks.
God, I'm hungry.
Yeah, me too.
No more tips.
No more tips.
No more tips. So send in no more tips. To get through the rest, Alex Can't Think gave us tips. Said, watch the film Christine on Amazon starring Rebecca Hall.
It's on my list. It's supposed to be amazing. Are you familiar with that?
No.
It's a true life story of an anchor who shot herself on camera in the 70s.
Oh, wow. That sounds interesting. So it's a documentary? Or
No,
it's fictional drama?
Fiction, but it's fictional drama. It's based on a true story, so excuse me. So yeah.
Similar to the China Syndrome. Remember that one?
Was that Michael Douglas?
Yeah.
And
like where the news crew goes to the that was what it called, right? The China Syndrome?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
where they go to the news crew goes to the power plant as it's melting down.
Yeah. And they somehow live. I can't remember if they live or not. Essentially.
Is Dalek says, just to brighten your mood, Drowning Pool remix. I'm not going to play any Drowning Pool anything because we're just going to get a copyright strike and then it's going to make everything more complicated. But thank you for tipping. And Maverick gave us tip. Said, seems Nintendo does know their audience. Switch on the toilet. He sent us a link. I'm going to look at it.
It's just some dude on the toilet.
Yeah, it's just some dude on the toilet playing Switch. I'm good. All right, that's it for tips. Should we go through the rest of the news quickly? I think we should.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Pillars of Eternity 2. Announced. This was Obsidian has been teasing this for a while. You guys, of course, know Obsidian from the original Pillars of Eternity. You also probably know them from Fallout New Vegas, et cetera, et cetera. These guys are putting out a sequel. Not much else to say about it, except that I'm sure it will do very well. Over at Variety, The Flash is getting a rewrite. You found this story.
Yeah, it's from yesterday. I don't know if we covered it or not, but The Flash is getting a page 1 rewrite again, so we'll see what happens. The directors have dropped out. It's been rewritten a couple times here. Continuing the saga of DC, knowing exactly what they're doing and having a grand master
It's amazing
plan.
how hard it is for that. It's like watching Nintendo work.
Yeah.
It's like you guys have all of this great stuff. Like, what don't you get about how to execute?
Do something good.
And the final story that we have here is that Civil War is coming to the Avengers Animated Series 2. This is on IO9. It says Marvel superheroes just can't stop fighting each other lately, whether it's on the big screen or in the comic books, but it turns out that not even the animated adventures on Disney XD can escape the allure of hero versus hero action. And we've got an exclusive clip of the superhero scrap breaking out.
We don't have to watch
which we're not going to watch.
No.
But this is coming.
More Civil War. So I just thought
on January 20th.
I just wanted to put those two stories right against each other. Just to see. Just to see
what
if there's
happens.
anything you can infer from that.
I can infer a lot from that.
Yeah.
I can infer a great deal from that. That is it for the news. Before we go, by the way, I do want to, or move on, I should say. I do want to say quickly, we are streaming For Honor tomorrow, right here on twitch.tv/kindafunnygames at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time.
Now, Kevin, can you scroll down on this?
Yep.
To the promotional images used? Where is it? Actually, I think if you click Team Samurai, maybe that's where it was.
Where is it?
Right there to the right. Can you click down there? Is that now? Okay.
I guess they got rid of it.
They must have gotten rid of it.
For Wild and
yesterday, underneath it, it said, we're obviously hosting the stream, they were promoting it for us. And it's supposed to be Greg and Tim, I believe. But they decided to use an image of you because they know what sells.
This face sells. Kevin, give me the one.
Touch him a little. Nick, touch him a little.
Deny that I'm beautiful. Go ahead.
Keep going. There it is.
I love subtle touches.
It's like a mannequin arm. When you don't move it, it's like it's not real.
I don't like you doing that because I don't like that I like it.
It's fine.
Just answering.
We're friends. We can look, in Europe, you're allowed to touch each other. I don't know why we can't do it here. In Europe, men hold hands all the time. I saw it in London. When I was there, Tom Hawkins and I just fucking walked down the street holding hands, holding each other's asses. Not a big deal. Had a threesome with my wife. Not a big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
No, who cares?
Everything
Share
will be
your
fine.
wife. Share your fucking wives with people. Why are you being so selfish and not sharing your wife? I don't know. Kevin, do you know? How's Paula doing?
Back the fuck up.
Paula hates me. True story. What do we do next? I forget. Oh, we have to do a giveaway.
Let's give something away.
Let's give something away.
Would you like to do it?
I'll take care of this. Yeah. So if you guys know, in prior years when this show was called Colin Greg Live, we used to give away a box of garbage that you would may or may not get at some point. Most of the time you got it. We still have like 3, I think, back there. At one point, I think it degraded so badly that we were just giving away garbage, like literally broken glasses, things that could quite possibly be a huge liability for us when people open them and cut themselves.
No.
But we don't care about that stuff because we are Garbage Truck on Fire, and that's what we say. But now we're giving away a code every day. How do you get that code? Of course, you can be watching the show. You can be a subscriber. You can go over to patreon.com/kindoffunny or patreon.com/kindoffunnygames. Support us at the $1 level or above, and we'll draw your name from that. Every day we pick at random. We have a random generator that will pick which platform and which person. And today's winner of Kevin, actually, can you play the trailer that we have associated with this for Rise and Shine?
Yeah. Give me a second.
Yeah, go for it. That's okay.
There you go.
Today's winner comes from Twitch. It is Maddie Gee. Maddie Gee, you've won a code for Rise and Shine on Xbox, I believe, Xbox One. Have fun with that. Enjoy it. We'll message it to you. If you don't get it, it's because I forgot.
I'm going to do that right now.
Kevin will do it right now.
Back real quick, I just want to be clear. The For Honor stream that happens tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. Pacific time, right here on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames, is a paid opportunity where you're being paid for this stream. So I want to be very clear about that. It is a paid opportunity.
But, they let us be the samurai, so kind of evens out.
Just want to be on the up and up with everyone out there, as we always are here on Colin and Greg Live.
Yes.
Now,
thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Before we go, I think we've taken everything except for reader questions, viewer questions.
Yes, we have.
So, cue up your questions, comments, concerns in the chat.
We still have the fun clips section.
Oh, you want to do the fun clips section? Is this a section?
The other fun clips I didn't like. Yeah, send me better fun clips, people. Okay, I want AAA prime fun clips. I don't want any of this
looks like
bullshit.
It's funny. Like there's like a protest. See that? And then there's just this one kid trying to get everyone to quiet down.
Is it funny?
I don't know.
Let's watch it. Let's watch it.
All right, you're right, Kevin. You know what, Kevin? You're bringing funny back. I'm bringing sexy back. It's all gonna be good.
Yeah, sounds
Give
great.
it to us. Give it to us. Give it to us. Give it to us.
Ready?
Give it to us.
Hey! This is library.
It fucking totally works, dude. Hey,
what are they protesting? Why are people just protesting
People
all over
are
the
just
place for no reason?
I don't know.
What is happening that you have to protest in the library?
It's a generation of people that are being
People are
taught
fucking idiots.
protesting
Holy
is like a party.
shit. Holy God.
It's like, hey!
What's going on with this video?
People are trying to study. I'm worried this one's gonna get us a copyright strike, but maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
All right. This was given to me on Twitter. Remember, if you have fun clips set with a Z, hashtag that. Follow me on Twitter and send those to me at Nick_Scarpino and I will.
What's the
maybe watch them.
hashtag?
Hashtag fun clips.
Just fun clips?
Yeah, so I can go search fun clips with a Z.
Okay.
And find all of these because I don't fucking read Twitter all day, like Greg does.
悪の脅威から人類を守り、人類とミュータントの平和的共存を実現するために組織されたミュータントヒーローチームである。
This is epic.
Why do they have a totally different intro?
What's that?
How do they have a totally different intro?
Fucking rocks.
This is fucking awesome. This is fucking something, man.
This intro is so indulgent.
It's awesome. And they just didn't want to animate this last scene though. They were like,
yeah, they were just like, we're out of time.
We ran out of time. We just got this last little one. Let's just use a still image and we'll do something fun with it. That came from Keith Lewis on Twitter at Sin City Boiler, excuse me.
Sin City Boiler.
Sin City Boiler, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sin City. What the fuck am I talking about? Sin City Boiler. So thank you, Keith. Much appreciated. Love you.
All right, I'm hungry for burritos, so we're gonna be quick. But let's queue up your questions, comments, and concerns, and we will go ahead and answer them as to the best of our ability. So let's give them a moment to do that.
Jesus, I look like a goddamn heroin addict. I gotta trim this beard.
Heroin addict? No, you don't. You look great. Don't listen to those kids.
I look old, everybody. I see myself on Twitter. People break this stuff out, and it's just like,
hitting 40 is a big achievement. We're proud of you.
It's true. I'm so close to 40. You guys don't understand because you guys are all young, and it's hilarious to make fun of the old guy.
It is.
But when you hit 37 years old, it does something to you. Up until this point, I was like, I'm still young. I still feel like maybe they shouldn't give me a driver's license. I still think like farts are funny. But you start getting a sense of your own mortality very quickly as you approach 40. Which I did when I was 27, approaching 30. So I assume I'll hit 40 and not give a fuck. Because that's probably going to happen.
Lucid Dream says Colin would address the press in his boxers. Maybe his dick hangs out of the slot a little. I will tell you, that happens all the time.
All the time.
I'll be on the couch by myself and just playing a game, look down, my balls are just...
They're out.
I'm like, how long have these been just hanging out like this? You know, like...
You know what it is? It's like when you pick up a chord that you haven't picked up in a while and you thought you perfectly spooled it and it's knotted and you're like, how is that even possible, right? Your balls find a way.
They do. They always find a way out of the slot.
They always find a way.
Bulging out of there.
I would love though if you were president, just for the shot of, you know when they always do like the obligatory walk from the residence to the Oval Office, and it's like they're just kind of talking. I would love to do that one shot of like, what's he gonna do today? And it's you in a robe and your boxers with like a cup of coffee and like the New York Times just like walking down it. You're like, hello, like you don't want to be seen that day. Hilarious. They're like,
I'd be a great president. We all know that.
You would be an awesome president. You would be an awesome president. One day you will vote for president, or you will run for president. Tim and I will run your campaign, and you'll win, and it'll be amazing. I would have fucking loved to see you debate Trump, or you debate anyone, just on a just candidly just go
Bernie
after
Sanders.
That'd be amazing too.
Money grows on trees.
Yeah.
Money grows on trees. Fojarmer says, still playing Berseria. Big call, I am. Thank you for asking. Scott Sox says, Kevin, go stroke Nick's beard.
Nah, too far.
Nah, Kevin doesn't want to go up.
I'm really comfortable.
Let's see. Let's see. Seriously, Jason says, I am 31 and I feel so old. mean, you're getting there. I mean, I'm 32. I feel old. I feel a little fatigued. I feel a little worn down. I feel a little long in the tooth.
Yeah.
But
I feel all those things. I'm bloated.
Let's see. Real Radic 13 says, Colin, thoughts on Sean Spicer? The meme of his is amazing. It is amazing. I had one of the best memes of all, using Sean Spicer, of course. He seems to be a parrot, but I have no respect for almost any of the press secretaries, with the exception of Dana Perino, who was Bush's press secretary, because I kind of had a crush on her. Just saying. Okay. Let's see. Harry Picken asked if we have watched The Crown yet. Did you watch The Crown?
Oh yeah. Have you watched it yet?
Just the first episode.
It's so good. That is like, I don't know what, I saw my wife watching the first episode and I'm like, this show, and then I just sat and watched it. I don't know why I like it so much. I think, you know what it is? I love John Lithgow as Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
There's something to that, man.
It's a very interesting kind of casting choice, but it works.
It works?
At least in the episode I saw.
Yeah. You think you're gonna watch the rest of the show?
Yeah, I'm just busy.
Cool.
I'm shockingly busy. Let's see. Let's get into sub-only mode. Can one of the mods put us into sub-only mode? Because I'm not impressed with any of your questions. You guys disappoint me almost every day.
Sub-only mode. Now. Did it work?
No.
Subscriber. Z with a Z.
We are now in sub-only mode.
See, Kevin, it worked. I don't understand. I think you just type anything and it works, Kevin.
Let's see.
No?
Thank you, mods.
Thanks, Tiger. See, Tiger says it worked. It's perfect.
Panzer G2 says, Nicholas, sing us a little song.
Gloria, I think they got your number.
Good choice.
I think they got your number. I was at dinner with Greg the other night. We grabbed a bite to eat before we went to support Mike Drucker over at his comedy show for SF Sketchfest, and we were at an Italian place, and they were playing an Italian disco version of that, sung by a guy in Italian, and it was the best. And they were bumping it so fucking loud that the guy looked. The guy that owned it was like, and then he finally realized how loud it was, and he was like, oh, like apologetically went like rushed to the back and turned it down. Now there were only 2 tables in this place. Me and Greg were clearly enjoying the song at the current volume level, and the assholes next door to us that clearly shot him a look. And I gave them shit. I was like, some of us, sir, were enjoying that song. And the guy's like, mi dispiace. That's what he said to me.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's Italian, Kevin.
Yes.
I grew up listening to that song in Italian.
Gloria, ma che tu fatta gloria. I'm going to learn all the lyrics to that and sing
good.
it. And Kind of Funny Live 3.
The Liz, I don't know, says, Colin, tell Nick he would like Virginia. Artsy, thought-provoking, and short as Insider Journey. You probably would like Virginia, actually. It's a great game.
I'll put it on
really,
my list.
really great game.
You know, I beat Journey.
Did you?
Well, you don't really beat Journey.
No.
I finished Journey.
Did you like it?
I did. That was cool.
Did you finish Inside?
I did.
Did you like that?
Yeah. Boy. No, without spoiling that, the ending of that fucking game, huh?
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Very interesting indeed.
Supposedly, I guess there's a hidden ending that
you can
get.
You have to find all of the little artifact things. Yeah. Which I did, of course.
Did you? Was it cool? Was it fun?
Yeah, it's interesting. It just adds a little bit of texture to the game. Let's see. Let's do 3 more questions.
Okay.
Jeremiah Jack says, I'm sure that your new show is continuing to inspire you. What's the next step of Colin Was Right's evolution? I don't know. As we were talking about at the beginning of the show, I would like to basically only do that show eventually and do it multiple times a week, but that will be in the future when we have more people on camera and you get tired of seeing me on this show, which I'm sure is for many of you already. Let's see. Heyman Living asks if we miss World War II games. I must say that I do. They still exist.
They'll come back too.
But we're talking about big shooters, I think you're talking about.
Like Battlefield and...
Yeah, and Call of Duty and all this. They'll go back to World War II. World War II is just rife for storytelling, and so...
Yeah.
We'll be back. I'm sure we'll be back in that space before long. But yes, I do. Juggler has the final question of the day. We can get out of sub-only mode now. It says, Nick, what is your prediction on how every member of Kinda Funny dies?
Interesting question. I'll go down the line starting with Tim. Tim dies in some freak accident at Kinda Funny Live 69. probably doing something crazy with pyrotechnics and trying to literally beam himself from one side of the stage to the other, and he's just going to come out and he'll die. Kevin, coronary disease, clearly. Greg, also coronary disease, clearly. They won't ever actually figure out how you die. No one will ever know. They'll just assume you died because the amount of time that's gone by, no human being could have lived that long. But then there'll be like rare sightings of you. Like every once in a while, there'll be like hidden video, like when Salinger comes out to get his paper.
Yeah.
And people are like the one time Salinger goes to like the mailbox, he'll go there once a year. Everyone's like,
by the way,
fucking Salinger. It's Moriarty. Me, clearly with a prostitute.
I hope so.
And my wife.
Are you still inside of her when you die?
I don't know. I mean, I always thought like dying during sex would be just kind of the best of both worlds, right? You went out like doing the thing you always wanted to do.
Yeah.
Never really got an opportunity to do it enough. So.
It all depends. It all depends.
It does.
By the way, I think it was Mario Not Bros that showed me the trailer for that Netflix movie about scientists figuring out that there is an afterlife.
Oh yeah.
And then everyone starts killing themselves. What a great idea.
What is the name of that? Is it?
I can't remember the name of it, but I can't believe that I've never heard of something like that before, like a plot like that. Really interesting. Very thought-provoking. I won't die, so. As the internet proves, I just live in many people's heads forever.
It's true. It's true. Including your own.
Including my own. I have to live with myself every second of every day.
Think about that. Better or worse. All
right, let's get the fuck out of here. Before we do, let's read the subs. If I read your name, you are a new sub or resub, and we appreciate you very, very much. Today is Thursday, right? Okay. Eek Nokomis. Greg Gorl Glenn, I guess, says, wow, 6 months already. Thanks for all the fun. Bongos. Master Machines Performance says, great episode of Colin Was Right today. Thank you very much. Terrelect, I think it says, Durwoody. Irk Prime says, 25th anniversary. We might survive mighty cockroaches. Mr. Brawl 96 says, this shit's so cray. I'm starting to stream myself. Shout out Mr. Brawl 96 everywhere. Gotcha. Ska Socks. Mind Reaper 2420. Matthew Goodnight says 18 months in this garbage truck on fire smells better and better every day. Well, that's not the idea. I hope it smells worse and worse every day. Mac Jacko for 4 months. Justin Ryan Bear for 13 months says, hey, Greg and Tim, why do you guys look so different today? You're funny. Xpacer X gave a tip, said, nailed it. Inspector Whom, Bowman J30, AV Mikey, E Trilly says, hey guys, just E Trilly stopping by on my day off of data entry. Question, do you think Trump would deport Superman because he's an illegal alien? Thanks for all you do, E Trilly. Yes.
Yeah.
Matthew 1395, Zombies 1993, Shaky Spear, Reggie Gigas, Jamie T 3003, Scat Time, Bap Bap Doo Wap, Bap Bap Doo.
Oh, good scatting.
Ricky 0426 gave us tip, or as a subscribe says 23 months already. I can't. B-O. Oh, I can't. B-O-N-G-O-S. That's bongos, Kevin.
That's bongos, Kevin. Kevin, when are you going to give the people what they want?
I don't think ever again.
It's sad, Kevin. You live in a sad world.
I'm pretty happy.
It's sad.
Ithenox, Hero Willpower, the TKO9, that's with Turtle. Says, my mom thinks I'm handsome. I'm sure she does. Sergeant Adam, CDN, Grizzly Bear, Beachards 29,
anyone's ever said.
Steban 15, Danny Jr. 97, Fonzie Fiesta, which is one of the great names, Throw 7, Lycan 1G says, much love to all the big beautiful kids. Witch Ginger Guy, A Bit of Bite, Rob Potter, Ronovis, Sir Dante the Third, The Prime 69, Cool Thulu with a heart, Outlaw 8179, Willy Wonka ACF, Lobdenks, Freelance Mike, Breaking Normal, and Hot Pies. Wait, what is this? Hot Pies Bastard. Hot Pies Bastard. Thank you so much for your support. We love and appreciate you here on Colin and Greg Live, right here on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. We'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time, right here on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. I won't be, but someone else will be. Nick, thank you.
Thank
for
you
doing the show with us today. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't even ask any questions about what's going on your computer. Hope you guys are all well. Thank you again for the support of this show and Colin Was Right and everything else we do. Be well, be good. I'll see you next time.